Welcome back to AgriTalk Online as we broadcast day number 3 of the Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa from the Rabo AgriFinance tent. And joining us now is Tad Mozena, Vice President, Insurance Marketing for Rabo AgriFinance. Tad, you and I were just talking that in many years, for many farmers, crop insurance is not a big topic of conversation. Some parts of the country more than others. But this year, it is front of mind. Tip of the tongue, everybody talking about it.
Absolutely. I mean, with as widespread of a drought as it has been this year, as we talked about earlier, guys who maybe have never had claims or have seldom filed claims are certainly expecting to have that this year, and it has brought it more to the forefront to make sure you're understanding your policy and you're talking to your agent right away and make sure you've got everything in place. I think everybody knows it can be complex. There are a lot of deadlines, there's a lot of paperwork, and there's a lot of things to have in order to make sure your policy is taken care of right, and everybody wants to make sure they've got it.
There has been a learning curve this year.
Absolutely. And it is like, again, we talked about this a little earlier, this is the wrong time, so to speak, of to finally be understanding or understanding the implications of some of your coverages. You really want to do that on the front end. So it would be very good to take some lessons from this year and be ready to sit down with your agent and talk about it for next year.
Well, it's made all the difference for most, or will make all the difference for many farmers this year, which will then get them, I think, to look at it more closely next year and look at all the levels, all the options. There are several decisions to be made concerning crop insurance.
Oh, very much so, from the different level coverage as to some of the newer options. Last year we had the TA come on board that was able to provide a little bit more accurate APH for guys. So there are a lot of new things. There's always changes every year. Again, we've talked about this time and time again, but really having an agent that understands and focuses on crop insurance really can make the difference to ensure that you're covered properly.
Which is another of the services through Rabo AgriFinance.
Absolutely. We focus and put together a team of agents that work on each individual producer's account and is intimately involved in there, and we've got a number of quality control and process checks that have literally saved our clients thousands of dollars over the years, especially in auditing claims when they're done. In a year like this, when you know adjusters are going to be pressed for time and companies are going to be pressed to put a lot of claims together, unfortunately and inevitably there will be some things missed. So to have those agents that know what they're doing, look through your claims, audit that process, make sure everything is done properly, can be a huge difference.
The harvest option is big this year.
It is, and unfortunately some of the phone calls that we're getting from not our clients, but as they're talking to other clients, may be discovering truly what it means to have that harvest price option and be able to take advantage of what is obviously going to be a higher fall price to put your guarantee together versus the $5.68 on corn, for example, projected price.
This year, farmers that maybe have carried crop insurance for a number of years but really haven't used it have found how valuable it is. It will make them probably look more closely at it in the future. And as you look at it from a lender, it will become more of a part because so much is at stake every year in a cropping year now, especially at the prices we see. It will be a bigger part of the total management plan, won't it, going forward?
Absolutely, and I think as a lender, we may not necessarily require that crop insurance is there, but in our analysis of anybody's financial position, that is one of the key components we will look at, and I'm sure every lender will as well, is what do you have in place for a good risk management strategy, and do you have crop insurance, and even to the degree of what levels you do carry. That's just good risk management and good planning and a good strategy, and any lender will want to take a look at that.
And requires that good communication with lender, with crop insurance agent. We've heard that over and over. You need that line of communication to make sure you get through this process, the compliance and everything, that it's done correctly.
Absolutely. It's absolutely critical, and I think you want to err on the side of if you have any questions or if you aren't sure about something, pick up that phone and call, whether it's your lender or, more importantly at this time, your crop insurance agent. Make sure you're checking. There's a lot of resources that we can utilize from our own expertise to the company representatives to a lot of online information to be able to make sure you get the answers to those questions you need.
And what's a good way to get to Rabo AgriFinance to get answers to those questions?
Absolutely. RaboAg.com is the easiest way to be able to pull up our website, be able to plug in your county, pull in your zip code, and find the closest representative to you. Every day we're getting more and more offices open, more and more quality people on the lending and insurance side. Very, very, very interested in investing more in America and serving American producers.
I was just thinking about that because here we've talked about a new office in Ames, and I was just thinking when you and I started talking about these things several years ago, it is amazing how your footprint has grown over the years.
Oh, very much so. I think we're probably in excess of 30-some offices open now, on track to, oh goodness, it could be anywhere from 8 to 10 new offices in a year. We're getting very, very good people, very experienced lenders and agents on the ground all throughout the country, and more importantly, right there in the communities to serve our clients right there where they live and work.
Always good to see you. Thank you, sir. Go Cardinals, right?
Absolutely. Hopefully.